If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In what could be the most shocking twist of this NFL offseason, rumors are swirling like a tornado out of Pittsburgh that TJ Watt, yes, that TJ Watt, is leaving the black and gold of the Steelers to don the orange and brown of their most bitter rivals, the Cleveland Browns. Let that sink in for a moment. This is no ordinary free agency rumor. This is the kind of potential move that rips at the very soul of a fan base. Multiple sources close to the situation, though not officially confirmed, have suggested that a deal is either already done or dangerously close to being finalized. If true, this isn't just a blockbuster. It's a full-blown NFL earthquake. Watt has been the heart and soul of the Steelers' defense for years, and now just imagine him charging out of the tunnel in Cleveland, not Heinz Field. Social media is already ablaze, fans are in denial, and insiders are scrambling to verify. Could the face of Pittsburgh's defense really jump ship to the Dawg Pound, and not just jump, but sign what insiders are calling a mega deal? One that could reset the entire edge rusher market for years. The whisper started quietly, almost too quietly to take seriously. A vague tweet here, an ambiguous source there, nothing concrete. But then came the shift. First, a prominent Cleveland sports reporter mentioned something about the Browns being in talks with a major defensive piece. Then a Steelers beat writer let slip in a podcast that Watt had been visibly frustrated behind the scenes last season. And now we're staring down a tidal wave of speculation that has the entire AFC North holding its breath. If TJ Watt really is heading to Cleveland, this isn't just a loss for Pittsburgh, it's a symbol of a power shift. The Browns, along the doormat of the division, have been slowly assembling a contender. They already have Myles Garrett. Pair him with Watt, and you're talking about the scariest edge duo in recent memory. The Steelers, meanwhile, would be left reeling. Not only would they lose a generational talent, but they'd also lose him to a hated rival, a team that has spent decades in Pittsburgh's shadow. Could this be the moment the Browns truly flip the script? Could TJ Watt really be the missing piece in their championship puzzle? Let's talk about the money, because this rumored deal, it's not just big, it's historic. League sources suggest the Browns are offering Watt a contract north of $140 million over 5 years, with a jaw-dropping $90 million guaranteed. If true, it would make Watt the highest paid defensive player in NFL history, edging out not only pass rushers, but even the likes of Aaron Donald and Nick Bosa. The Browns, flush with cap space and desperate to make a deep playoff run appear, willing to break the bank. And honestly, who could blame them? Well, Watt is a game changer, the kind of player who can single-handedly take over a game. For Cleveland, this is more than just an acquisition. It's a statement, a message to the league that they're done playing second fiddle. For Pittsburgh, though, it raises questions. Big, uncomfortable questions. Why didn't they pay him? Was there a breakdown in communication, a fracture in the locker room? Did Watt simply want out? Nobody knows for sure. But if Cleveland really is throwing a mega deal at TJ, and if he's seriously considering it, or worse, already signed it, then this could be one of the wildest moves in modern NFL history. TJ Watt to the Browns isn't just about football, it's about legacy, loyalty, and rivalry. Think about this. Watt has spent his entire career in Pittsburgh. He was drafted there. He became a superstar there. He built his brand, won his accolades, earned Defensive Player of the Year, and led that fearsome Steelers defense to countless top-tier finishes. So if he really is walking away from all that to join Cleveland, it raises one huge question. Why? Why would a player so deeply entrenched in the Steelers culture make such a move? Some insiders whisper about internal dysfunction, about tension between Watt and coaching staff, or perhaps dissatisfaction with the team's direction. Others point to the simple reality money talks. And if the Browns are offering nearly $30 million a year, it might have been a no-brainer from a financial standpoint. But for Steelers fans, it's personal. This isn't just any free agent leaving, it's TJ Watt, a leader, a legend. And if he walks into Cleveland smiling in a Browns uniform, you can bet that Heinz Field will never forget it or forgive it. It's betrayal, it's drama, and it's everything that makes the NFL offseason so utterly chaotic. The implications of this rumored move are massive. For Cleveland, it would instantly elevate their defense into top-tier territory. Imagine lining up against the Browns and seeing Myles Garrett on one edge and TJ Watt on the other. That's nightmare fuel for any quarterback. It would force offenses to completely rethink protection schemes. It would open up the interior for blitzes. It would make the Browns defense not just good, but dominant. And for a team that already has pieces in place on offense, this could be the final push they need to become true Super Bowl contenders. On the flip side, Pittsburgh loses more than just a player. They lose an identity. Watt has been their defensive cornerstone, their face of toughness and tenacity. Without him, the Steelers enter a dangerous rebuilding phase, and worse, they empower a divisional rival in the process. The AFC North could see a dramatic reshuffling of power. Baltimore would still be strong. Cincinnati has Burrow. But Cleveland, with his move, they'd be stepping into a whole new level, and the Steelers, they'd be staring down a future filled with questions, regrets, and a Watt-shaped hole in their hearts. Then there's the locker room dynamic. If this move happens, or if it's even close, what does it say to the rest of the Steelers players? How do you look guys like Cam Hayward or Minka Fitzpatrick in the eye and tell them the team is still committed to winning? Watt wasn't just a player, he was a leader, a presence, a tone setter. His departure, especially to a rival, sends shockwaves through the organization. And what about Cleveland's locker room? Suddenly you're adding another alpha dog to a defense that already has strong personalities. Will Garrett and Watt complement each other or clash? Will there be ego battles, or will they create a defensive dynasty together? These are the kinds of ripple effects that define NFL seasons. Coaches will have to manage expectations, egos, and pressure like never before. If the Browns land Watt, they'll also inherit the expectations of greatness and the microscope that comes with it. Because once you bring in a player of this magnitude, the excuses vanish. It's win now or bust. And if things don't go smoothly, the fallout could be even more dramatic than the signing itself. Fans are already reacting, and the divide couldn't be sharper. Steelers Nation is in absolute disbelief. Social media feeds are flooded with heartbreak, anger, and confusion. Longtime fans are burning jerseys, while others are begging the team to match the offer. Some are even suggesting this could be a front office failure of historic proportions. And Browns fans, they're elated, hyped, confused even, but in the best possible way. After years of being mocked, they might finally be the ones stealing stars instead of losing them. The NFL world is watching this situation with bated breath, refreshing Twitter feeds and listening to every whisper from beat reporters. And the timing is crucial. If this deal drops before the season, it could shift power rankings across the board. If it happens during training camp, even more dramatic. Watt walking into Cleveland's facility would be the kind of moment that gets replayed endlessly on ESPN. It would dominate talk shows, headlines, memes, you name it. This is the kind of rumor that doesn't just impact football. It impacts culture, history, legacy. Whether it's true or not, one thing is certain. TJ Watt to the Browns is the NFL's hottest story right now. Enjoying the content so far. Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Let's not forget the family angle. The Watt brothers, TJ, JJ, and Derek, have long been one of the NFL's most beloved football families. They've done commercials together, charity events, even hosted shows. The bond between them is well documented, and TJ's connection to the Steelers was seen as almost poetic. Derek Watt even played in Pittsburgh, creating a rare sibling connection on the same team. Now imagine that bond tested by this shocking move. What does JJ Watt think? Does he approve of TJ joining Cleveland? Has he offered advice behind the scenes? Could we even see JJ come out of retirement or coaching to follow his brother one more time? It's speculative, sure, but nothing feels off the table anymore. The Watt name carries weight, and if one of them switches teams, especially in such a dramatic fashion, it ripples beyond just football circles. Fans care because it feels personal. Families cheering for the Steelers now face the awkward truth that one of their favorites might become the enemy. It's sports drama at its finest, not because it's confirmed, but because just maybe the unthinkable is actually about to become real. From a historical perspective, this move, if finalized, would echo some of the most controversial transfers in NFL history. Think Brett Favre joining the Vikings. Think Deion Sanders jumping between rivals. It would instantly be etched into the league's history books as one of the most divisive moments ever. Not because of stats or wins, but because of emotion. Rivalries in football aren't just about competition. They're about tribal loyalty. Steelers versus Browns is blood sport. It's deep-rooted hatred mixed with mutual respect. And when a player of Watt's stature crosses that line willingly, the narrative becomes legend. The NFL thrives on storylines, and this one, it writes itself. You've got betrayal, redemption, revenge, and ambition all wrapped into one. Every Browns Steelers game would instantly become must-watch television. The boos, the cheers, the signs in the crowd, it would be electric. And for the league, it's ratings go. But for Pittsburgh fans, it's a punch in the gut. And for Cleveland, it's a chance to finally turn the tide. All because one man might be bold enough to switch sides in one of football's oldest and nastiest feuds. And now we wait. We wait for confirmation denial, or maybe just another cryptic tweet from an insider. That's the thing about these rumors. They live in the space between truth and fiction, and that's what makes them so addictive. One moment it's all speculation. The next Schefter drops a bomb and everything changes. Will we wake up tomorrow to see TJ Watt holding up a Browns jersey at a press conference? Or will this all fade away as just another off-season myth nobody knows? And that's what makes it so thrilling. Watt has been suspiciously quiet. The Browns front office won't confirm or deny, and the Steelers radio silence. That's either the calm before the storm or the final chapter of a non-story. But make no mistake, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And this one's producing enough smoke to blanket the entire AFC North. If this turns out to be true, it could redefine everything. If it's false, it still left a lasting impression on two entire fan bases. Either way, the name TJ Watt will echo through this offseason louder than ever. Because once the rumor mill starts, there's no turning back. In the end, this could be a moment we look back on for years. The offseason where everything changed. The offseason where TJ Watt, the pride of Pittsburgh, decided to trade terrible towels for Dawg Pound. House! Or maybe not. Maybe he stays. Maybe he signs an extension. Maybe all of this fades into the digital void of sports talk speculation. But the mere possibility has stirred something powerful in fans. It's forced them to consider the unthinkable. It's made them feel anger, hope, betrayal, excitement. That's the magic of the NFL offseason. It's theater. It's war games. It's a soap opera in cleats. And TJ Watt, he's the main character right now, whether he asked for it or not. So until the ink dries, until someone steps up to say yes or no, we'll keep watching, we'll keep wondering, and we'll keep debating. Because if this rumor turns out to be reality, it won't just be a transaction. It'll be a transformation of two teams, of a division, of a legacy. TJ Watt to the Browns, maybe not. But man, just imagine if it's true. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!